I don't know if it's just the music. I don't know if it's the visuals or the fact that it's Monday morning, but I like completely zone out. I'll just be watching it, just like, oh, I got to start the show. Good morning, nerds. Welcome back to another morning episode of Nerdy Coffee here on Nerd Affiliated. Cheers to all of you on this. Do I say glorious morning or just say morning in general? I guess we're all happy to be here, right? That's the goal at the end of the day. But alas, it is morning. So hopefully you've got yourself a nice hot cup of Joe. I haven't even started yet. Hang on. Oh yeah, nice hot espresso in my Rambling with Anthony mug. Links down below if you want to get some cool merch. But yeah, it's Monday. We're here. New week. Lots of cool stuff happened last week. Want to talk about that. So if you're new here to Nerdy Coffee, we do that. We wake up, sit down for 30 minutes, drink some coffee, talk about what happened last week, talk about box office stuff, talk about what's coming up this week, and highlight some of the most important news to us in the nerd space. Of course, good morning, Rolando. They said it yesterday on, was it yesterday? Yeah, Yakking with Yukon's stream. They're like, I don't know how Rolando does it. He must be a bot because he's in everybody's stream, in everybody's chat at the same time. And of course, good morning to Senor Josh. You get the applause, sir. One of our channel members here. And as I've mentioned in previous shows, if you want to help support the channel, down below, you can, of course, hit the like button, hit subscribe. And, oh, we also have merch. I said that at the top. But, and you could, throw some super chats at the channel, help us keep going. But you can join the Nerd Foundation, join our channel memberships, link down below. But again, you just being here, you just watching, that gets us through. That helps us out. So we thank all of you. If you have a YouTube channel, a podcast, a blog, a vlog, and OnlyFans, all that stuff, put it in the chat. Support one another. Plug yo shit. So, we're going to get right to it. Looks like even though the Stream Elements is telling me that it's running, it looks like it froze up there. But yeah, Josh, channel member, Paximus, with that baller super chat the other day. Good stuff. But alas, we're going to start the show. So first up, we're going to talk about last week's releases. And there's some interesting ones in here. One in particular, I don't know how we do this. So we got Bad Batch episode 4. Season 2 dropped last week, and such a fall from grace from episode 3. So I don't know if any of you in the chat or any of you in the replay are watching the Bad Batch, but if you are, let us know down below in the comments what your thoughts are. If you watched season 2 and you were like done at that point, but this week's episode, it was a good episode, but it just was not the progression we needed. I'll refrain from spoilers just in case you do plan on watching the Bad Batch. So I'll leave that out. Now, something that was amazing this week, The Last of Us episode 2 dropped last night. Good to see you, Anthony. So yeah, The Last of Us episode 2 of season 1 dropped last night. Wow. This show, it surprises me. Because it seems like they are, and the director said it or the producer said it, writer, one of those, somebody who's making decisions, said that this show would follow the video game in a lot of story points, a lot of scenes, is going to just follow the video game. And we've heard that before. We've heard them, various projects where they say, oh, we're going to pay homage to whatever or follow, whatever storyline, but then they kind of do their own thing. It's yet to be determined if they're going to do their own thing, by the time we get to the end of the show. But so far, 2 episodes in, they're following the video game. And it's weird that as somebody who played, I think I got almost halfway into the first game, but I did watch like all the cutscenes and I know what happens in both games. Even though I know what's going to happen and what's happening, it's still very engaging. And I think that's a real hard thing to do, and they found a way to pull that off. So let us know what you think of The Last of Us down below if you're watching. You're not, you're too lazy, but I think you're talking about Bad Batch. Yeah, you're as of right now, you're probably good on Bad Batch, I'd say. Come back into it when we give you the okay. I do have to catch up on The Last of Us. Yeah, it's hard because even right now, like I'm a little extra tired, and Amanda, my fiance, she's definitely tired today because the show drops at 9 p.m. on Sundays, and if you need to get up early for work, like she does, it's hard because by the time the show finishes, you're at 10 p.m. By the time you get ready for the next day, you're 11 p.m. Then it's all of a sudden it's midnight, and then you're drinking 5 cups of coffee with the rest of us as my voice breaks. And good morning, Legacy. Have you even slept yet, or are you still up? How's the kid doing? It's good to see you. Also, Anthony's catching up on Cobra Kai. Yeah, new season's coming out. I think they said March, if I remember. The teaser came out. And Bad Batch. Bad Batch was something else. That was something else. Now, something I'm not watching, but this came out last week that Sal is into, is The Legend of Vox Machina. Not familiar. Let me know in the comments if you are watching it, if there's something that I should watch. This is a Amazon release, and I think Amazon drops everything at once. I think. I can't remember. I know Netflix definitely does, but in the chat, let me know if they drop it all at once. But most importantly, let me know if you are watching the show. Is this related to Ex Machina, that movie that came out with Oscar Isaac? I don't know. It reminds me of that. Maybe because of the name. I don't know. A great show. Are you talking about Last of Us? I think you are. And kids doing good. I got 2 hours. There you go. In case anybody doesn't know, the Legacy of Nerd is a new dad. So you got some other dads in the chat here who can definitely talk you through it if you need it. And the last thing of last week. Now, this did not come out technically in 2023. Came out in 2022. It just got released on HBO Max. So I sat down to watch Battle of the Super Sons. And I got to say, pretty good. Pretty good. The animation at first, I thought I wasn't going to like it. Clone Wars was that one show that, like, even though it's 3D, I kind of like saw past it. In this one, at first I was kind of like, I don't know how I feel about it. But you know what? Pretty good story. Pretty good watch. It's about an hour. If you are a consumer of all things DC, there's nothing in this movie you've not seen already. Something I'm kind of tired of at this point. This isn't like a major spoiler, but something I'm tired of is Krypton being blown up. Like, seen it. We get it. We know. Move on. Like, you don't have to tell us. You gotta tell us about it. You don't have to explain it. So this movie definitely tries to. It gets confused at a certain point. Like, it's telling us origin stories of some of these characters. So you're like, oh, maybe this is for kids to watch as their entry point. But then there's some pretty adult stuff that happens, and you're like, oh, who's this for again? So I don't know. I liked it. Again, nothing new. It's something to put on in the background and just kind of, as they say, pass the time. Let me check in. Yeah, congratulations. Josh is a two-time champ in that department. All right. Let us know if there's anything that you guys have been watching. Anthony mentioned Cobra Kai, but if there's something else you guys are watching, let us know down below. Maybe we'll check it out and talk about it in the in next week's episode. So we're gonna jump into. I reordered things a little bit after last week. What to watch this week coming up. It just seems to make sense following we're talking about last week. We'll talk about what's coming up this week. So, of course, you do have to watch. You know what? I'm going to go in order. I'm going to go in release order. And, you know, here on Nerd Affiliated, again, we talk about all things nerdy, and you could be nerdy about whatever it is you want. Something I have become nerdy about due to dating my now fiance is the 90-day fiance landscape. So I have no shame. I am all in on the 90-day fiance world. And the first thing coming up this week, it actually premieres today. Episode 1, season 4 of Darcy and Stacy. If you really want to melt your brain, go ahead, watch. Go on, Josh. You know, don't judge me. Don't kink shame me on my trash TV. It drops today on Discovery Plus, which doesn't show anything educational anymore. So if you're into that, you have that coming out today. And of course, on Wednesday, we have that's fair. I wouldn't be mad if I got canceled for watching 90 Day Fiance. I wouldn't. Wednesday, we have Bad Batch episode 5. And then Sunday, Last of Us episode 3. And then we're back here again next week. So, yeah, we have that coming down the pipe this week. Now, let us roll into, I guess it's news time. Yeah. Wow. Time flies when you're doing the show solo, I tell you. But yeah, we're rolling into nerd news. All right. So let me see here. I did change up. Yeah, I'll save that for maybe last. I'll come back to it. You know what? No. You know what we're going to do? We're going to talk we're going to make another program edit. We're going with box office recap because I think this should be probably number 1 in nerd news. So it's going to kind of go one into the other. And I got to say, I'm shocked. I am absolutely shocked. Why is the thing running again? Get out of here. What's going on? What is happening here? There we go. See, it wouldn't be a show without some tech difficulties. And General Kenobi has come into the stream. Good to see you, brother. I didn't oversleep. What you mean? Oh. So in talking box office for last week, there's no way you don't talk about Avatar. And in nerd news, there's no way you don't talk about Avatar: Way of Water. Actually, let me refresh here. It's pretty much crossing the 2 billion. So by God, James Cameron, you did it. You somehow pulled it off, you crazy SOB. Avatar: Way of the Water has officially passed Spider-Man No Way Home. It is creeping up on Infinity War, which is wild to me. Absolutely wild to me. And let's see if I can refresh. They have not updated the week yet. Let's see my week. Weekly. No, they have not updated it yet. But it's safe to assume Avatar probably won last week as well. But absolutely wild. It's working its way up. I'm currently working on a review from Anthony on Way of Water. He's tempting me to go see it. You know, like in any review Anthony does, he walks through storyline, what happens, his thoughts as things are happening, and he's selling me on it. He is selling me on it, and out of principle, I don't want to pay to go see it. But at this point, he's already crossed 2 billion. You know, therefore now profitable. I feel like I kind of have to see it. I can't believe Jurassic World is in top 10. It was terrible. Yeah, you know, it's wild how Jurassic World just I mean, is that the name of one of the movies too? Dominate or something? I don't know. But Jurassic World, like, it came in hot. It came in hot. Dinosaurs got very, very popular for some time. The figures actually still sell well too. Like, they make now 3 3/4 scale Jurassic World figures, Jurassic Park figures. Think old school GI Joes, like the small ones. So they make figures to that scale. So, like, you know, the humans are like that big, but then the dinosaurs, you know, are that big, and they sell very well. So the Jurassic franchise, despite how terrible the movies are, kids are gonna like dinosaurs, and they're always gonna like dinosaurs. They're always gonna make parents go take them to see dinosaurs. It's here to stay. I didn't even bother to watch it. Maybe is what you're saying. Maybe I will if I'm bored and have insomnia. Are you talking about Jurassic World? I think you are. Anthony trying to get everybody on Cobra Kai, but apparently everybody's already been on Cobra Kai. So to you, Anthony, this morning.
Whoa! Whoa! Rubbish! Filth! Slime! Muck! Boo! Boo! Boo!
Just behind the eight ball. Behind the eight ball. Yeah. Dinosaurs. That's the thing. Like, I was even watching, I think when we were in Cancun, Jurassic World was on TV. Whichever the first one of the remakes was. I think it's Jurassic World. It was on TV in Spanish. And I was watching it and I'm like, yeah, this is not great. But I'm just staring at it. Like, dinosaurs are just eating people and doing things. And it's entertaining, you know. So it's wild. It's absolutely wild. So you know, let us know down below if there's something else you guys watched this weekend. Something else that we should be looking forward to as far as releases go. Because the next big release, I think, is going to be Ant-Man, I believe. I look forward to showing my kids the original. Did you show them the new ones and not the original one? Like, are the new ones easier for kids to watch? Still seems wrong that Avatar is doing so crazy good. Yeah. You know, I think what Avatar does long term is Avatar, I think, hurts the theaters more than it helps the theaters. Similar to Top Gun, where now I feel like part of the criteria in going to the theaters is this a movie you have to see on the big screen, not because of spoilers or anything, but visually it's that impressive that you need to see it in theaters. Watching it at home doesn't do it any justice. Like, I think that's where we're crossing into now with that, with Top Gun, and, you know, maybe Mission Impossible, but, you know, I think most movies you can just kind of wait it out, see what happens. But then you see stories like this, you know, and people forego the reasons they hate the theater and say, no, I gotta go see it. And it's, you know, again, all time, it's up there with pre-pandemic movies. So it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. But so now we'll roll into nerd news. Let's see if this thing actually goes away this time. It does. Look at that. Don't know why it didn't work before. In nerd news, I'm starting off with something I've talked about ad nauseum, but it was big last week in the toy space, so that's why it's coming up on this new show. Hasbro Pulse, they announced the first figure from the new Spider-Man 2 game for PS5. Sorry, they announced the first figure from that video game, the actual Spider-Man Peter Parker. $35 for that action figure. And I'm working on a video about this kind of craziness that they're doing. But $35 for one action figure with an extra set of hands and a couple webs, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? So I've talked about it on Heritage Live. I will have a video coming out talking about these video game companies and what they're doing wrong, in my opinion. But when I see stuff like this, I'm like, you're not even trying to front like this isn't a money grab. You're not even trying to front like you're disconnected from what is happening in the world, what is happening to your fan base, and you have no idea what people are willing to pay for a figure. You're just shooting in the dark. You're just like shot in the dark, see what happens. So I just thought it was wild. Wanted to highlight it. Again, I will talk about it in another video. And Kenobi and I talked about it on last week's Heritage Live. So make sure you watch that as well. All right, so they haven't watched it. They're too scared. All right. No, that makes sense. Yeah, they're too scared of Jurassic Park. Yeah, they're young. I get it. Yeah, Rolando saying hi to General Kenobi. And yeah, $35 way too much. That is absolutely for the collector who's obsessed. So it is, but it isn't. Like if you are, what's happening now is there's people who are completionists who are like, maybe I can't do that anymore. Maybe I can't go down that path. And, if this was I'm going to show you an example actually. If this was a new figure, new molding, something new about maybe articulation, comes with different head sculpts, maybe you could justify it. But the fact that this is a Spider-Man we've already had, the fact that this body is of a Spider-Man that just released. So it's the Spider-Man body that we just got, the 2-pack, 11 2-pack. It's that body with the paint scheme of a Spider-Man that was already released for the first game. So there's nothing new about this whole thing. So it's like, how are you justifying $35 to me? Now, something I spent $50 on, because sometimes we get a little crazy, was Krillin from SH Figure Arts. Now, this figure is actually retailed at $35, I believe, like $30, $35. So same price as that Spider-Man, but multiple head sculpts, multiple hands. I don't know if you could see, because I haven't opened it yet. I'm going to do an unboxing at some point. Can it? Will it focus on it? I don't think so, but he has Destructo Disc in there. Again, the different heads, different hands, and I don't think they show it. Yeah, they don't even show it here, but one of the hands is actually him holding like a bag of Zenzu beans. So like all sorts of stuff like that. $35, yeah, I'll pay that. In this case, I paid $55 because I can only get it secondhand market. Something else I paid $40-ish for to go with that was this Dragon Ball Z I don't even know how to say it. Harahachi Bume set. Hang on.
Boo! Boo!
To myself. Paid for this because it comes with the table, it comes with plates of food, it comes with the backdrop, and it comes with alternate head and hands for your Goku figure that you already have. So it's like, why not just pay some money and get, again, new things that go with what you have and a whole bunch of stuff. So one figure, extra hands, $35, or one brand new figure, brand new mold, multiple heads, multiple hands, or play set, multiple pieces, multiple backdrops, multiple hands for figures you already have. Like, it's just not even close. Not even close. So there's my rant on that. My wife will. Yeah, most would. Most would. Um, like she wants to when you get a new head truck, Josh. A new head truck? What do you mean a new? Oh, like Hess truck? Is that what you mean? That's a bargain, my friend. LOL, only $34.99. Yeah, so dope. Hess makes quality. Yeah, Josh likes his Hess trucks. Sure. Um, the next thing, this one probably was even bigger than the first bit of news, depending on what side of the fence you are. If you're into more of the toys and the nerd space, but in the nerd space of media, that also does affect toys. I think one of the biggest things of last week, Amy Jo Johnson, the original Pink Ranger, finally came out and announced or addressed why she's not in the trailer for the Power Ranger 30th anniversary miniseries. I thought it was going to be like one episode. However, today I was watching Geek Level Asian on YouTube, and he mentioned it's actually 8 episodes. So these Rangers are coming back for an actual like mini series type thing. I don't think it even crosses over into the current Power Ranger show. But Legacy of Nerd, you can definitely correct me in there if I figured Legacy of Nerd, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but this is not related to the current show. It's going to be its own thing, miniseries, 8 episodes. But she came out and said, you know, it's not that I said no because I didn't want to do it. I just didn't like what they offered. And it speaks to whether it's true or not. This is all speculation. But to me, it speaks to how Saban and that company absolutely abused the crap out of every bit of Power Rangers. Now, we all love it. We all consume it. We buy the stuff. We loved it as a kid. But as you hear the backstory to things, you know, people being paid like $500 a week, people getting hurt on set, you know, it's one of those where you're like, oh, why am I supporting this? But hits the nostalgia button. And some of the Rangers choose to come back from time to time. So it leaves you a bit conflicted. But I think for a 30th anniversary, considering a lot of these Rangers don't do a lot outside of that space, the one exception being John Young Bosch, who's huge in the voice acting world, anime voice acting world. Considering a lot of them don't do much, you know, open up the vault, give them some money, give them some residuals. I don't know, but if you can't get her back, especially with the passing of Jason, I think you're doing something wrong. But that's my opinion. Legacy says Cosmic Fury's 10 episodes. The special will be 1 episode, but it's probably small movie length. Interesting. And I believe it's going to be on Netflix too. So it's not like you need Nickelodeon to watch it or anything like that. All right. Something else that kind of passed under the radar, like it was a blip. They're making another Tron movie. And it's starring Jared Leto. Now, I become so indifferent towards this man in the last couple of years that, first of all, Jared Leto and Olivia Wilde starring in a movie makes me think this is like 2005, 2002. So I already feel like this is out of date. Now, visually, Tron was a game changer when it first came out. Tron 2 comes out. Everybody overnight is a Tron hardcore fan. They're like, oh, I love Tron. I've always loved Tron. What are you talking about? They go see Tron Legacy, and they're like, it's all right. Nothing crazy, but, visually it's good. It did change the game with the de-aging. That was a big part of them, or that was a big part of the story outside the movie, that they got Jeff Bridges back and then de-aged him to be in the movie. So that was cool. But, did anybody, poor Jared, I'm in. Was anybody asking for this movie? Like General Kenobi, were you wanting another Tron movie, or were we all set? Like that's something I don't know. I want my Tron Legacy movie. I don't need Jared Leto cult dude. I liked Legacy. Tron Legacy 3D was dope as hell. Yeah, I mean, yeah, visually it was cool. Like visually, both movies were amazing, especially for their time. Um, but I just don't like. I don't know if there's a hardcore Tron. I mean, there's a hardcore fan base for everything, but is there a big demand for this? Like, are we gonna see the trailer for Tron Ares and be like, holy crap, gotta go to the theaters? You know, especially if you're following Avatar. I don't even know when is this coming out. Does it say here? When is this coming out? I don't see anything here yet, but you know, I'm like I'm over Tron. Like I don't think I need another one. Uh, I wanted a Tron Legacy movie sequel, but I don't know about this. Yeah, because he's expensive too. I think that's the other thing. Is he's expensive? We'll wait and see. You know, at this point, we'll wait and see. I still haven't finished Morpheus. I'm still working on not Morpheus, Morbius. I'm still working my way through Morbius, but I don't know. Especially for the last movie, Daft Punk's score made it so much better, but that's not possible now. Yeah, yeah, like that. I mean, Daft Punk was like, you know, they were killing it at that point. Like Daft Punk, Dead Mouse, the whole like techno thing, like that was huge at that period of time when Tron Legacy came out, and you got into like the whole retro wave thing. Did my stream go down? Oh, I hit. I was like, why did the channel on my phone just drop? And it's because I hit next on my watch by mistake. Um, you know, you think of like the movie Drive, that movie coming out and like revitalizing or creating like the retro wave, the synth wave movement. Like there's these moments in time where music really pushes a movie, and then the movie propels that music even further into popularity. And with Daft Punk and Tron, that happened, but I don't think that happens again. I don't think it happens again, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. No, I was good unless they invade the real world. All right, so you want a Jurassic World, but in Tron. That's what you're saying. Who knows? Who knows? And then as we wrap up the show, two last things. They announced that for you gamers out there, for you wrestling fans out there, John Cena is the cover star for 2K23. I don't know how John Cena still comes into relevancy, but at the same time, kids love John Cena. So there's that. But that rolls into this week. The Royal Rumble 2023 is happening down in the neighborhood of Legacy of Nerd and General Kenobi. It's happening down in San Antonio. Can we please get John Cena in the Peacemaker suit? Like, is that really, really too much to ask for? Like, we needed it last year. Like last year, Royal Rumble happens. Peacemakers is currently killing it in streaming. Again, HBO killing it. Why not have him come out in the Peacemaker suit? Just do it. Pay all the money to have John Cena come out as Peacemaker. I don't feel like we're asking for a lot. Is this comb over and unlockable? I hope so. You mean the shiny neon dinosaurs? I'm game. Yeah. Dude, those Rumble tickets were like 150 a piece to sit at the hot dog booth. Yeah. I tell you, wrestling fans will pay whatever they have to go see it. Can't say I blame them, but it is it is an experience. I will say that it is an experience, but yeah, at a certain point, tickets are just too crazy. It's like, I'm not gonna you're gonna pay $150, be up in the rafters, and be watching the Jumbotron anyway. You know, like you might as well stay home. Similar a bunch of us, Josh and Anthony and some other friends, were talking about going to see Metallica down in Jersey, like $300 for nosebleeds. Like, again, I'm gonna be up there, $300 watching the big screen. Yeah, Pantera's gonna be there, but you know, not really worth it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And the last thing, this is gonna be the maybe we do this every week. We do a fun story of the week or a feel good story. Again, thank you all for hanging out. Thank you for watching. We went into OT, but I think you guys are gonna like this. Finally, in the world of toys, the HasLab Proton Pack has started to arrive. Steve, friend of the channel, sent me this picture, and that is dope. That is dope. So every so often, Hasbro can get it right. They can charge a lot of money for something and give you an actual, real quality piece of artwork. I will say that this is a piece of art. But what's wild is this Proton Pack. I think it was like, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I think it was like 300-ish, between like $300 and $400. But like, you can wear it. It's heavy. Comes with little accessories on there. You have the little marshmallow men on there. And then in the next breath, Hasbro's like, pay $300 for a toy car. So there's that. So there's our little feel good story of the week. My buddy Craig's pack arrived too. Nice. Yeah. I kind of wish I ordered it, but I'm not that big of a Ghostbusters fan. But I wish I ordered it just to when we inevitably have the Nerd Foundation building. We'll definitely need a Proton Pack in there. That's all I'm saying. But there it is. Thank you, ladies and gents, nerds and blurds, as Do You Speak Geek says. This was another episode of Nerdy Coffee here on Nerd Affiliated. Duffman, oh yeah. Good to see you. Thank you all for stopping by. Nerdy Coffee every Monday, 9 a.m. Eastern here on Nerd Affiliated. Whether you're watching on Twitch, YouTube, on your favorite podcast platform, comes out every Monday, 9 p.m. But I would love it if you are watching on another platform, Facebook. I will love it if you came by the YouTube channel and hung out with us one week. It's fun. Hang out in the chat. Good times for all. This Thursday, Hey Archer Live. So you're stuck with me again. Hey Archer Live, 8:15-ish p.m. here on Nerd Affiliated. Grind Legacy is making its return. Can't wait to talk to my brother, Dwight. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, join the memberships down below. Links down below for merch. And we'll talk to all you nerds in the next video. Peace. We're out of here. Godspeed on this Monday morning. Cheers, folks.